from the East Coast, so I was born in Gisborne, but on both sides, my dad's from Rotorua and mum's Tauraro in Hicks Bay, so right along the Cape. So I'm a lawyer at Community Law Wellington in Hutt Valley, and I work particularly with Māori clients. Community law, we give free legal advice. We don't get our money from our clients, which means a lot of people who wouldn't otherwise be able to afford legal assistance or have issues that are real issues, and they would get lost in the system. Community law fills that gap. We do get to see people. I get to help people daily with wrongs that they're facing. I really value the ability to talk with people. The clients that we see are real people, and I have to go, okay, there's a huge problem here, but where can I be useful? Where can I help with the skills and the service that I can give? And extracting the legal issue. I find that really, there's one part that's interesting, but the second part is it can make a real difference in this person's life that I'm talking to. But it's about people feeling like they're heard and they're valuable as well. And that's what I get to do in my job daily. And I feel very privileged for that. Unfortunately, Māori are unfairly and disproportionately represented in a lot of the statistics, but we are not reflected in the profession, and it makes a difference. That's why I'm aware it makes a difference. I don't know all the law, but I can be a gateway for some Māori clients who find it, they will open up more, they will tell me more because I am Māori. I wasn't quite sure how to go to university. I hadn't that's not something that was in my family, but I knew I wanted to go. But it seems silly now, but it was quite true for me. I actually didn't know. It seemed like a really expensive kind of thing. And so I just thought I'd go work. And I'd been working at a supermarket the whole time I was finishing school. And just by chance, I actually ended up, I had a regular customer who was a practicing manager at the biggest firm in Blenheim, and she asked me what I was doing, and I said, I'm actually going to go work at Mitre 10 because I can get full-time work there. And she goes, no, I'm not. And she gave me a job at a law firm, firstly doing admin stuff. That lasted 2 weeks, and I became a legal secretary, and then I worked doing that for 2 years and became quite good at it. And then I decided I wanted my own secretary, actually, which is kind of funny because I'm at community law now, and I am my own secretary and lawyer at this stage. But if you are thinking about doing law, don't be afraid to kind of find a tōkana or some mentors or people, even if you don't have that in your whānau. I was really lucky to have kind of had that in the beginning, and I know when I came to university and law school, it was a really foreign place for me, and probably for a lot of people. It felt a little bit uncomfortable, like, oh, it's a bit fancy, or it's just different from my life. So it can make you feel like, oh, I don't belong here, but believe that you do belong where you are. I found some friends at school. I'm really good friends now with a lot of people that I met through law school, and I became quite involved with our Māori law students body at Victoria University, Ngā Rangahotera, and it really did create a home space for me. And even if you are feeling uncomfortable when you come and you know you're Māori and you may not, I feel strongly that you're Māori enough. There's no such thing. I've really built strong connections at law school, and in particular with our Māori law students body. And I believe it would have been really difficult for me to get through without that support in a place that felt foreign. You'll be attracted to kind of what looks and feels like you a little bit, and that was my experience. You might sit in the class one time, and in criminal law I remember quite vividly in second year listening in criminal law about why Māori are overrepresented in our criminal system. So we fill half the prisons, and being a handful of someone who was Māori in that class, it felt really uncomfortable felt very uncomfortable for me, and so much more to law. It's a really solid degree to have, and you don't have to study. In fact, you don't have to practice in law. You don't have to become a lawyer. I'm still questioning whether or not this is what I want to do with my law degree, but it is a really solid degree to go into other areas. It can help. You can working in doing some policy development, whether that's in government or in independent organisations. You learn some really good skills, but don't think I'm doing a law degree, I have to be a lawyer. Do the law degree and know that the law degree itself is really valuable. It is useful, but it doesn't limit you to having to work in the legal profession, but it does, I think it opens quite a few doors into different pathways you might want to